My people, it don't happen again no. Matter wey e dey ground now, everybody don dey react put for inside this our country. Auto say Baba don carry one leg come out wey people no understand. Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the current Nigeria president, he wan come increase judiciary salary and some public official. Guys, this matter don cause gbege. Baba don forget, he use the man talk and say, let the poor breathe. Now let him come dey remove the breath by himself. This increasement, na let APC and the people wey dey close to Baba, wey dey some office, na him wan collect this benefit. Doctors, nurse, teacher, police, all those one, dem no involve o. Una wey vote for Baba say he must enter that seat. Right now, una don dey see the woto wey dey come out. El-Rufai and him colleague don throw mouth for this matter. Auto say Baba wan come provoke the citizens of this country. Their reaction no go good for Baba. I wan make una feel this update by yourself. Oya na, feel am, you get why.
While the Bola Tinubu-led federal government has promised to look into the review of the national minimum wage.
But Rufai, go on, please.
You see, if we want to build a country, we build it with understanding of the challenges on ground. We build it for respect for people. We build it for the capacity to understand the times. The Holy Book talks about the sons of Issachar. And it says the sons of Issachar understood the times. This measure by the revenue mobilization is a lack of understanding of the times. You should go and learn from the sons of Issachar that understood the times. We know there are laws on ground. Don't get me wrong as regards review of this. We know there are laws on ground. We know it's been 17 years since they did this. We know you are supposed to review it. But with the hardship, you see, I'm not sure that government truly understands the hardship Nigerians are facing at this point in time. Do you know how many people have lost jobs? Maybe when we take our investigative cameras on the road and you start to see the blow-by-blow accounts on the economy of all these decisions taken thus far, we'll be able to have a feel of what is going on. Because this danger of a single story, that all these decisions have favored the rich. Oh, we've removed subsidy, yes. It's subsidizing the rich, which we know. But we forget the people, the poor people that are left behind. I'm not sure they understand it. And that's why you're getting the reactions you're getting. Not at this time. I have always argued that people that go into government should go there to serve. And if they're not going there to serve, then what are they going there to do? To exploit the people? Let's be realistic. I understand all the arguments of revenue mobilization. Please don't get me wrong. I understand there's a need for periodic review. But at this time, where the country is at an all-time low, there's so much poverty in the land, desperate time call for desperate measures. Anyway, I also know it's a recommendation. Yes. Because there was a recommendation put forward that is not been approved yet. But please, Mr. President, if you don't want to lose your goodwill, don't even touch it. Don't even listen to it in the first place. I beg.
Okay, let's look at the arguments put forward by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. They claim that the last time there was a review in the salaries of judicial and public office holders was in 2007, 16 years ago. And that in line with paragraph 32D of part 1 of the third schedule to the 1999 Constitution and sections 84 and 124 of the same Constitution, empowering the RMAFC to conduct periodic review of salaries of judicial and public office holders, that, now they think they should act. And they are recommending 114% salary increase. They also put the point out that what they have done is to increase basic salary, not allowances. But you know that the allowances are a percentage of basic salary. So saying what we have tried to recommend for increases basic salary, not allowances, is an unintelligent argument because the two go together, pari passu, as it were. Now, so if they are defending the law, the people of Nigeria have also reacted. Specifically, reactions from ASU, reactions from organized labor. And both groups are saying that this is insensitive, this is provocative. ASU says, we've been asking for better conditions of service, nobody has listened. Labor says, you have just removed fuel subsidy. Nigerians are suffering. Labor is asking for minimum wage. Nobody is talking about minimum wage. The last meeting didn't yield any result. The meeting has been postponed till Monday. A court order has reinforced an existing order that labor must keep quiet. And then in the midst of all of that, RAMC comes forward and says, we want to recommend better salaries for judicial officers and public officers. So the reaction to this will seem to be understandable, because what the RMAFC is saying is that there will be increase in payment of salaries, right? So it will be bigger government, it will be bigger expenditure. At a time, Nigerians are saying that we need to place greater emphasis on service rather than reward, rather than remuneration, particularly for public officers. They are going to increase salary and allowances for president, vice president, governors, deputy governors, and board members who will be majorly members of APC. Nobody is talking about, in fact, the conversation is no longer about palliatives. It's about better privileges and benefits for public office holders. So the public angst that has attended this will seem to be understandable in every measure. The only caveat here is that this would have to be endorsed. There has to be an executive bill at the federal level for affected federal officers and the FCT, and at the state and local government level, there has to be a state executive bill to ratify this and for the president to give assent in line with the provisions in the Constitution as quoted earlier in brief. However, our advice is that the legislature, either at the federal level or at the state level, should not be tempted to provoke Nigerians to engage in the insensitive act of including privileges and benefits for public office holders at a time when people can no longer buy airline tickets, at a time when people can no longer buy diesel, at a time when some people have resorted to trekking marathons. One of these days, a Nigerian will say he wants to enter Guinness World Record, now that that is a special attraction, by trekking from Nigeria to Egypt. So public office holders should not protect themselves and say that serving the Nigerian people will amount to special benefits, privileges, enjoyment for them. Government is made for the people. It's not that the people are made for government so that people will suffer, government officials will be enjoying. This is the bottom line. And President Tinubu himself should never be tempted. Should some misguided people go ahead and present an executive bill, he should never sign that bill increasing salaries into law. In fact, what we Nigerians are asking for, the reasonable people of Nigeria are asking for, is that government officials should take salary cuts. In fact, some of them should volunteer not to collect salary or benefits.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, Doctor, the word is provocative. It is provocative, and you would see from the reactions of a section of Nigerians responding to this announcement, particularly at a time like this. Remember that we haven't yet gotten a concrete direction with regards to palliatives for the most vulnerable following the removal of fuel subsidy. Yes, the argument can be made that the RMFC were acting in line with their duties, and that these conversations had actually started started before the President Tinubu administration. In fact, the chairman of the RMAFC, Mr. Shehu Mohammed, had said that in February they had held consultations, they had meetings to determine what the remuneration of public office holders should be. So they are saying that before fuel subsidy removal, this conversation had been on the table, and this announcement now is based on previous consultations. However, just as has been said, ill timing, and it also demonstrates that perhaps the people at the helms of affairs are not in touch with the sufferings of the everyday man or the realities perhaps of the everyday Nigerian. Hence, an announcement like this would be made without respect for what is going on in the nation at the moment. Yes, the salaries haven't been reviewed since 2007. It also begs the question that the allowances, which largely, except obviously for using the Freedom of Information Act to obtain the information of how much allowances are given, is shrouded in secrecy and must be so, sufficient that public office holders haven't seen the need largely to ask for an increase in 16 years. It means that the basic salary is probably negligible, such that the allowances they receive, constituency, project allowances they receive, is enough to fund their lifestyle. And so we should actually take this opportunity to center in on that. How much are they earning in terms of their housing allowances, their sitting allowance, and the other perks that come with the job? It has been said again and again, make governance less attractive. Perhaps it would address the issue of corruption or politics being a do or die affair. Please, what we're looking forward to hearing in terms of announcement is what the plan of the government is for the ordinary Nigerian to cushion the effect of current economic realities.
My people, I hope una don't see the leg where Baba carry come out. Now this one that they talk say, if man not marry two wives, he not they know the one where he good. If you never enter inside house, you not go know how that house be. Una wey clap for Baba say he must win, he must sit down for that seat. Shey una don dey feed the woto. Not be only the Labour Party or the PDP now, or people wey disagree, na they feel am. Una wey be the APC and the secret caucus wey dey support Baba, una don dey feed the good wey Baba dey do for the country right now. Wetin be the poor man benefit for inside this game right now? Baba talk and say, let the poor breathe. Where the breathe now, where the poor man they receive freely for inside this country. Now because of this reason, now Baba remove subsidy for inside fuel. Auto say he want use and elite himself and a gang and a caucus where he vote on him or where he support him, where he want contest. Una eye don't open. Auto say the reality don't they command for this matter. I don't want to shout. Now, yeah, we for draw the matter. Make una leave una opinion for the comment section. God go bless una as now they support us. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Anytime you can see this video, I beg, if you see for the first time, help us press that red button, turn up the bell. Go see you again. Bye bye.